Hello, my name is Yvonne Edwards. This is for CTA 103 Flex Course. When I was in high school, the worst we heard about was who got suspended from class, who was fighting in the hallways, or, mother of it all, who was going to be repeating the grade. We walked to and from our classroom, and our biggest concern was, were we going to pass the test? Who were we going to sit by at lunch? And where were we going after school? Of course, I graduated 20 years ago. Times have changed. Our current world is now desensitized by violent video games and movies shown on TV that would make our mother's mouth drop in horror if we were watching this back in the 70s and 80s. Our kids are not out playing outside much anymore because they can be found inside playing those violent video games. The pop culture, lack of parenting, close relationships, the gangster life, the violent TV, that's what our children are facing today. Pulling out a gun to solve their problems seems to be the new way on the streets. Duking it out in the woods behind the school, those days have gone. I started paying closer attention to the university policies regarding gun control since I've become a student. Since then, I've researched them by viewing many scholarly search engines, reading many articles and interviews regarding this subject. We are a nation divided by the laws of guns in the universities. In wake of the shootings in the universities and schools, some states are allowing guns in universities and some states are not. This following picture here shows how diverse the states are on this matter. This picture here shows the armed campuses. The 3 red ones are allowed by state law. We have 12 green ones, which are prohibited by state law. We have 20 yellow states, which the schools decide the weapons policy in those. And we have 6 gray ones, which are allowed by law, but the schools limit the locations. And we have 9 orange states, which are only allowed in locked cars and parking lots. Now, if you notice, Wisconsin up there is a gray state. However, recently Wisconsin legislation has created a provision that colleges and universities must allow carry concealed on campus grounds. But about 3 weeks ago, the campus police at the University of Wisconsin-Madison has more recently issued a statement that requesting legislators to reject the proposal that allows guns on campus facilities. We must first understand why guns in universities have become such an issue. According to Holton, who is a policy specialist with the National Conference of State Legislators, recent shootings also have encouraged some legislators to strengthen existing firearm regulations. She also discusses how recent court cases have also overturned some long-standing system-wide bans of concealed carry on state college and university campuses. The school shootings have caused different reactions among the lawmakers and the universities. Which brings us to what the states are doing about it. David Skorton and Glenn Altshuler, who write for Forbes magazine, state, "Today the vast majority of U.S. colleges and universities, public and private, prohibit guns. Federal law is silent on the issue, and the states are somewhat divided. Several states have recently passed laws that allow carry and concealed guns, such as Utah, and as of August 1st, 2016, Texas will be among them. However, there are some states that are leaving it up to the university's discretion. According to Skorton and Altshuler, these states are leaving it up to the colleges to set up their own gun policies." Now, Suzanne Holton, who holds a bachelor's in political science and a master's in public policy, states, "In 23 states, the decision to ban or allow concealed carry weapons on campuses is made by each college and university individually. So the universities are able to loosen or tighten the restrictions according to however they see fit." As a nation, we are divided on the reasons behind these school shootings. The following picture shows the general confusion on the matter. Well, the picture isn't showing confusion, really. but what it is showing is how hard it is to get access to the mental health care and how easy it is to just walk right in and pick up a gun. In fact, some lawmakers and lobbyists feel it is the easy access to guns that are the issue. According to Sheila Izong, she's a policy manager for General Progress, campus carry laws have no place on college and university campuses. Access to guns on campuses make these communities less safe and more dangerous. Now, many don't want guns on campuses because they feel that it could instigate more violence on our campuses. And that being said, others feel that it is the mental state of the person behind the gun. Majority of mass murderers have mental disorders. And Dr. Julia Lee Ye, a nurse practitioner specialist who interviewed students and faculty, states, both students and faculty agreed that the mental illness and lack of friendship were the most possible causes for the Virginia Tech shootings. So the issue with guns versus the mental stability of the shooter continues to rage on. Finally, how much are we unknowingly letting the media influence our decisions on the guns versus mental stability of the shooter? Luke McMinn, he holds a Bachelor of Science in Government, points out, considering involvement of media in shootings, the public is often given a distorted view of the topic since no newscast can possibly inspect every contributing factor in a complex tragedy like a shooting. So a reporter in the media has all the control over how they are presenting their story. Their opinion is being projected over to thousands of people over the broadcast air system. So in conclusion, we need to come together on the reasons behind the gun violence in the universities. Once we diagnose and come to an agreement as to the real problem behind the violence, we can then be more informed and can come up with a more united front in dealing with this issue. Until we reach an agreement, we remain a nation divided on the laws of guns in universities.